No, yeah. See, my family, what day is it today? It's the 11th of May. Um, I think it's about 11 o'clock. I've just done a quick um, post regarding stalking and targeting my Westminster police. But that's on another channel, so I've just start this one. And then they put a street lamp on. It was really, really bright. And if you go on to my post, there's all the cats in the way now. Because you hear a gazelle. Excuse me. So I'll just carry on anyway. Um, yeah, so the council, being cunts that they are, they put a lamp that's really bright. So when I started my last post, there's like an orange light at the bottom left hand corner um, of this camera, but it seems to have gone now. So we'll see if they'll turn it on, because you know, the fucking cunts. Anyway, sorry for swearing, not even a minute in I'm swearing. Right. So what I'm going to do, tell you a bit, go over some things, tell you a bit about me, because I know when I say we, it doesn't translate as well. So I'm just going to stop saying we, if possible, and say I. Okay, so like I'm going to say I am in contact with my clan, and my clan said this to me, my clan said that, and even though it will with resonate with some of you, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who's listening to this, and I'll give a bit of information about myself as well in this one. Okay, I'll just get straight to it. Okay, straight away, uh, I knew as a child there was something out there. I knew there was a God or an energy, because I've been in situations where I shouldn't have come out of situations, very dangerous situations that I shouldn't have literally have come out of. It's inexcusable or impossible for me to have come out of situations unscathed, and I have. So I've always been aware that there was a force or a God looking out for me, not all the time, but it's sort of like in dangerous situations, or even situations I look back afterwards and think, oh God, that was, that was really close. And like I said about an angel, while I was at the gym, I told you that. She kept saying to me, you got to remember, it was this Angel Star or Star Angel or something like that, remember my name. And this is to sort of like to tell everybody that there are beings coming onto Earth. There are beings on Earth now that we would class as a Christian sense as angels. And I don't like, when they told me that, I didn't want to say angels for some reason because of the religious connection, obviously. But there you go. So, but there are beings on Earth, and I've met one. You've probably met one too, but not been unaware that you've met one. Unless they say something like me, but I'm such a twat. Just go, remember, ain't you? Yeah. I was like, yeah. Anyway, so they are beings on Earth, and like I said previously, they are higher dimensional beings, high energetic beings, where they're more powerful in their energy to affect the person or the area that they may be in a positive way. Okay, I'll stop chatting, let my family confirm that. I think the flashing, I think it's confirming, yeah. Like I said, the high beings are coming to Earth now. And some are on Earth and some will continue to be on Earth. And you can meet them or you might meet them. It could be somebody that's joining your workforce. You could work next to somebody that's an angel for years and not know that they're an angel. You could walk past somebody in the street and something will happen, maybe for a split second of connection or a couple of seconds connection with somebody, and that person could be an angel. There could be somebody at a bus stop just chatting mindlessly about the weather. That person could be an angel, but you'll be affected by it. You'll think about the encounter afterwards. There'll be some resonance in you that you'll think about it afterwards, after it happens, after the encounter, or if you work with that person. There's be something about them. Okay, you might find them a bit odd, or it could be a neighbour, or it could be anybody that long termish. Okay, so you might find them a bit odd, or you could be around them and be very calm. Okay, and feel very at peace being around them. Okie dokie. What else? So growing up, I grew up with my father, and he was a horrible man. No, he's a horrible man. What I'm saying was, he's dead now, but his spirit, his energy, he was a really horrible man. Okay, and I never called him father or daddy or pops or whatever you call your father. Okay, never. I can never remember a time when I've ever called him pops, daddy, father. I may have done in reference, but not to his face, or never had that connection at all. Okay, and that's strange because especially as a kid, I was really shy, painfully shy. And if you were painfully shy as a child, you know that is actually it's a physical thing. You can actually feel it. It's just terrible. So for me, at a young age, literally 2, 3, that it's not a point in my memory where I've ever called him father. It wasn't, excuse me, until this point, until he died actually. I've been trying to have some connection. I moved to Birmingham due to a suicide attempt. Me attempted suicide about over 10 years ago, nearly 15 years ago, something like that. Quite severe. So I moved to the Queen's Elizabeth Hospital. Because I've got family in the area, like a consultant, one of the consultants sort of worked out, got in touch with my family, thinking, he'd be here. I've got family in Birmingham, and it'd be nice, and blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, after years, sort of left home 14, ran away when I was 14. I've had some intermittent contact with him over the years, and even then, it's not been close. Completely different energies, completely different way of looking at life, everything. Okay. In fact, I don't like anybody who would like. I was growing up as an adult, seeing him. I don't like anybody who likes him, and anybody who likes me don't like him, because their energies are completely. He would be what you call a narcissist or a sociopath or whatever. Okay. It's not just me saying that. There's I think 2 people I know in this life that's still alive that like him, would say yeah, he's all right. Only 2. Okay, so that's an adult meeting up again. And as all narcissists and sociopaths, they get bitter with age, don't they? Basically. So I moved to Birmingham. I tried it once, thinking as an adult, 30-odd-year-old adult, tried to call him father, I think once, or dad or something, and I just couldn't. No, it was just felt very awkward. So what I'm trying to say basically is that there was something. You will have something. Your own book of life. I used to call it. I still call it. Where it doesn't matter what society tells you to do, or doesn't matter what the pressures. You just wait. You're not having it. Okay. I didn't call him father because he didn't deserve the title. Okay. When he died, I was upset because you hopefully to resolve things, don't you? Okay. See my family flashing to resolve things. I knew that his death wouldn't resolve things. Anyway, saying that, it came to me in a dream, and do you know my grandfather? I'll show you the picture. He's up there in the craft. He's one of the people up there in the craft. My grandfather, sort of like, and him. And I didn't know it was my grandfather at the time. I just sort of in this dream, This elderly black man, have you ever seen the pictures of the Windrush generation coming to the UK? And they've got the hats and they've got the suits and they've got the overcoats, and I've got a picture of him and I think he's wearing that. But the overcoat was bigger. I don't know if it's I don't know, anyway. And then he sort of like paved the way, sort of walked in front of my father. My father asked for forgiveness, says to me, will you forgive me? And this was in a dream, mind you, before the UFO stuff, before, God's sake, I don't know what's that. Anyway, strangely these things happen when I'm on the, anyway, in the dream, he asked for my forgiveness, and I said no. Literally, I said no in the dream. I said no, that's no, and he went away. Sort of like I went back because he came down the flight of stairs. They both came down the flight of stairs. Then I went back up the flight of stairs. And the stairs looked like somebody's, just like in somebody's house, somebody's hallway. Okay, when my father asked me for forgiveness, I said no. Even in the dream, and even though he was dead, no. Some people get a kick how to make your life hell. And he was one of them. And it's not just my life. Anybody that could stomach to be around him for long enough, he would make their life hell. Okay? I never forgave him. And I'm saying this sort of to give you a taste of who I am. I'm not all forgiving and sort of what's the word? Without sounding Christian, using religious terminology. But no, I didn't forgive him. I'm not sort of, and people who know me might find it strange because normally I do forgive. And there's very few things in life that I will hold on to. But somebody that has an abuser and it's a long-term abuse, I don't forgive at all. Like I will never forget any of the creature beasts involved in this. Even if they've done something only once, you're part of the group, you fuckers, so I'm not going to forgive you. Do something for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. I'm holding on this till after we're dead. I'm holding on to this shit. Anyway, so that's what I know me. Okay? And me forgiving him, and people in the New Age community will say to you, you've got to do this, you've got to be all loving, and you've got to be, and it's your best interest to forgive somebody. That's what they say. It's going to affect you, it's going to eat away at you, and you're not going to be able to move on. You've got to be able to forgive, and it's just to make you docile, basically, to accept what's happening to you, and you to apportion some blame towards you as well. There's something about you that made you tie in with the bad treatment that you've received from somebody. Some people out there are just cunts. Pure and simple. Really. Okay. Some people are just, I would say, evil, but especially regarding the targeting scheme, and but they would like it. They might huff and puff and be, but they would like to be called evil. But the best thing, I think, are parasites. They revolt me. The energy revolts me. Okay, and that's what these religious types and the New Age community would like to. That's such a setup. That is such a everything's been planned. It's such a setup to forgive. That's what the Bible says, to forgive. And I'm saying to you now, as someone that didn't forgive my father, okay, didn't even call him dad, because I didn't think it was worthy. Literally, none of my family will ever say to her, yes, yes, I heard her say it when she was 4, or heard her say it when she was 6, or whatever age, because I never did. And my family will also say that I was painfully shy as a child, painfully shy, that it was painful. Literally, it was just when I think about it now, it's just horrible. Okay, so for me to have that inner strength, to have that inner resolve, and that inner, this is how things should be. This is, because he wasn't behaving like a loving father or like a dad. I never called him that, never. Um, and I was okay with that. I'm still okay with that. I'm okay with not forgiving him after he came to me in a dream to ask for my forgiveness. Um, and me saying no. Um, I'm okay with that. Also, with some add on here as well. He came to me after that as well in another dream, and he said something. Before this talk had happened, he said something. Says, "Don't say something," and then he went, uh, and I think he was trying to help me. The second time he came, I think that, and the first time he's ever helped me with fucking anything actually. So I was like, well, shocked. But I think he knew this was happening, or this was going to happen, that I was going to be targeted or something. Um, and he said something to me, supposedly to help me. I think I'm not too sure why he came. Was it to help my family? Okay, still not going to forgive him. Anyway, so what I'm saying here, you don't have to be docile. You don't have to forgive. I'm not full of hate, but I just, towards my father, I just think, it's completely different people. Um, that's done. The relationship's done. That's life. I don't have to forgive him. I'm not going to forgive him. Um, whatever he's done, he's got to live with that. He's got to take whatever consequences of his action is. Okay. And with the same with the creature beast. I will never ever forgive them. Never, ever, ever taking us to the fucking grave and they'll fucking hunt you down. But I will never forgive them. And I'm okay with that as well. I can live with that. And surprisingly, um, what these New Ages and Christians says, um, we're not the same energy. I don't have to not. These creatures are not meant to be on Earth. Okay, the parasites. So we're not linked to them. We are not linked to them. I'm not linked to Paul Burgess. I'm not linked to Jacob Hobday. I'm not linked to the dog demon bitch at number 30. We don't share the same energy. I mean, we're not linked. Their point of how they survive is being parasites. Okay, it's feeding off the fear of others. It's feeding off the distress of others. They take no responsibility. Even now, she knows she's got entities. All of them got involved in my targeting. No, they've got entities attached to them. Will they take any responsibility for those entities being attached to them? No. They won't take any responsibility whatsoever. And they're acting like victims because I've not broken, because I've not because I'm fighting back, especially the last 2 weeks. Oh, little fucker who done my door has pissed me right off. There's certain points, triggers, that's almost the empty for me. Little fuckers come to face me now. Cunt. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not linked to them whatsoever. Um, so I don't have to forgive them because I'm not broken or because they've not broken me or not any narcissists out there because you're not broken or you've recovered from their treatment doesn't mean you have to forgive them. I know my family. I hope they're gonna back me up with this. Or don't show people to friends. I mean, even friends. So for me, not to forgive because you don't know what they've done. Okay, to forgive someone, we're not in a position to forgive anyone because we don't know the full extent of their actions. Okay, so to forgive someone, if they've kicked, say they've kicked the shit out of you, okay, and you forgive them, you've tied your energy to that person, you've tied your energy to that scenario. So if they did anything again in future, because they'll take no, like say, these creatures take no responsibility for how they behave. Okay, they'll do it again. So the next time they attack another person, and say, well, it's, I did it, what's your beef? My other person forgave me, I'm sorry, I had a rotten childhood, boo hoo, I can't help doing this. And they can, okay? Even though they've got demons attached to them, they can. Okay, and I told you the story about my father to give you an insight into you don't have to be. When I go onto the internet and I look at posts, the New Age posts, and say that's really loving, and it is all that. It's really about love, but I want to say that I'm real as the next person, and I think my friends will be surprised. Um, Especially adult friends that I won't forgive, that I never forgive. The response that I'm calling somebody a cunt, basically, as well. Okay, you don't have to be, and me, and I keep saying things just to be normal. You have to, you know, the New Age community and religion. All they'll do, and all they are doing, is to focus your energy into a certain field, to focus your energy on whatever. Um, And if they can get to you before you're fully know yourself, it's very easy to trick you. It's easy to say, no, that's wrong. What you're feeling is wrong. No, no, no. Focus on me. Let's meditate, shall we? Let's meditate in our little group. Share our energies. Okay? Um, come to Mass. Come on. Come to Mass. Midnight Mass with me. Okay, we'll share. But, we'll get your energies. God is, you're a child of God, or you're a Palladium, or whatever. Okay, and that's just to tie you in, tie your energy into. I'm not going to say false, but to stop you connecting to your true self. Okay. What else? Can you hear the creature beast? Right, yesterday I told you about the energy, didn't I? I didn't tell you. I said, well, this energy thing happened. Right, the dog at number 30 beat the dog demon at number 30. Okay. Like I said, they have to make noise, they have to do something to get my attention. And she came out of yard with this Asian guy, right? And both of them have got entity attachments. Right, as they were talking, they sort of like, I don't know what we were going to do. She moved, they moved closer together. I swear to God, because I've always said, I called her a portal because I could see a darkness, and it's like a corridor was coming from her. It goes from her to whoever she's talking to. Okay, like I said that when she was talking to the coon cunt cowboy, remember Kenneth? And I said that I saw an energy or a spirit. Plus, she was talking to drunk as well. And it happened to when she talked to two of them. Okay, first she was talking to the drunk, and then the energy went into the drunk. Okay, I told you they get dregs of the world. And then Kenneth, and he's a senior undercover police officer, came and chatted to them. And that's just to let me know, because they think they're head fucking me, but they obviously, boy, they don't got a clue. Anyway, and I seen energy come from her. So even though he's a senior police officer, even though he's into the cult side of the Freemasons, he could stop this energy, this being, the spirit, going into his chest, going into his upper chest, throat area. Anyway, yesterday, and that's, I've noticed him, so I've told you the idiot as well. She's a portal, okay, the one in the red coat. She's got spiders. Oh God! So I could tell you these things. Not every entity, negative being, is human looking. There are negative entities that are insect like, that are spider like. Okay? Shocking. Okay, shocking. They actually look like spiders, insects. Okay, so not everything, not every, and they're on the Creech Beast, feeding on the idiot. And what do you know what? Ugh, makes you shiver to think about it. She's got the spider that's on her. It's just like on her head, and it sort of moves one of its legs very slowly towards the front of her head, and then inside its body, it looks like it's got little spiders or babies. It's like fidgeting, like a ball. Spiders have balls, and then I've got little things inside like spiders. I don't know what they are. Fucking rancid. Suddenly makes you start seeing some folks. Fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, that's one of the latest one, and the growing as well. The grow, yeah. Wherever you're at, wherever they're at, because the energies are coming in now, they're going to increase the hold on the Creature Beast. Anyway, yesterday, yeah, like I said, with 30, number 30 dog portal, an Asian guy that was talking, and I did it obviously to see him, me. As they moved closer to each other, like we're just talking, the corridor, the portal of darkness, mass, got darker, and it's sort of like all I can describe it, and I wrote it down in the diary, it's like a jam donut on either side and you squeeze it. So as they got closer together, it seemed like the pressure of the darkness got darker. Literally, you could see a dark patch, and it was so dark that at the edges of them, you could see the lightness, but it was like 12 centimetres on either side, because it was it's just like it compressed their darkness as they got closer together. And sort of whispered or did something together. That's fucking shocking, folks. And I don't know why, but I was really shocked by that. I didn't think, and I don't know why, and it was energy. It was their energy, and they've already connected. Okay, so it's not like one. Yes, entity did go to him. Okay, but he's got his own darkness. He's got his own entity attachment, um, and it's constantly a portal. So she's constantly, whoever chats to it, um, it's constantly a portal. So yesterday with the guy. Anyway, yeah. So it's growing. Their attachments, their things are growing on them. Anyway, go back to the story. So I want to sort of say that you don't have to be all forgiving. Okay, I start saying come to the midget who called some of my grandchildren Packy grandchildren. Bless him. Bless him indeed. Anyway, so what I'm saying is all these I can, and I'm going to stop naming some that they come and said that they're doing this. They're on YouTube to save humanity, to connect to somebody who maybe is feeling this, that they think they're this and they think they're that, and they're vegan and they don't swear, and when they get angry, they don't get angry because they don't want to concentrate their energies in that way. They don't get angry at issues about to do with abuse or animal abuse or um, anything too heavy, because they don't want to dampen their energy, they don't want to dampen their spirit, they don't want to be angry. And also the belief that whatever anybody's going through, that's their karma. I'm so opposite of that. It's not, and I think most anybody who identifies with fighting back, and you'll know, and instantly you'll know if someone says something about their family members, someone said something to you, and your gut instinct is to fight back, then bless you. High five, you're on the same page. If your soul, if your gut instinct literally is to fight back and not give up, no matter who's the ones making threats, high five. Okay, and there's going to be people who's going to go, no, no, get on that. I've been affected now. I'm going to be here for quite life. Or if they see some abuse, no, no, no. I can never be friends with anybody. I can't connect with anybody who sees something happening in their society, um, and not be angry. See an injustice and not be angry, and to shift all the blame on the victim, whatever the victim may be. Okay, if it's a human or an animal or whatever, a weaker party, because it is weaker parties. These creature bees feeds on. Okay, and they're not linked. I can't say this enough, but family, bear me out. You're not linked with our abusers. Have you got that? We're not linked with our abusers, our family. Okay. And if I take away one thing of what I say is don't let anybody treat you like shit. Um, that you have a right to live peacefully on this earth, and this targeting scheme, the very opposite of that. They're literally the very opposite of that, and they want to control and they want to stop you and getting to your natural birthright. And it's not just me being targeted; we all are being targeted because I can see it, and we're only being targeted by a few sick fucks. That's the crappy thing about it. It's only and they feed off your fear, because I know they feed off your fear. Um, they've got so docile in our connection to our suffering and taking responsibility for the actions of others. It's unreal. Okay, so if anything, I've told you a bit about myself. I'm not. I talk. And got me so wrong, bless him. Got you so wrong. So, and if anyone's been targeted out there, don't ever give up. I know it's going to be hard. I know it can be hard at times. Don't, because you just link yourself with them. Once they've got you, once they've got their energy, once you've surrendered, that's it for life. And which they don't tell you that. They don't tell you be linked to fucking portal dog demon. But you are. You will be linked to that group. They won't tell you that you're gonna be linked to child molesters and infant rapists and racists. They don't tell you that, but you are. Okay? Everybody that's involved in my targeting, no matter how small their part, you might as well just go out and rape a child, because they are child rapists in this group, in my targeting thing. Okay, the new Paul Burgess was a rapist, and they're still carrying on. They're still thinking big man. So I'm be amazed how many fucking nonsense think they're bad men. And all they are is nonsense. Look at my family confirming. That's all they are, fucking nonsense. If you knew, oh, they're so fucking rancid. So you're gonna let a nonce push you around. You're gonna let a beast tell you what to do and control your life and control your energy. When you're more than them. And this is going out to people that are being targeted. You are more than them. You are human. We are more than them. We're more powerful than them in so many ways you don't even know. Even I don't even know, but I do know I'm more powerful than them. one-to-one. In fact, they can't have a one-to-one. There's always a group. I know there's like clusters of groups 24/7 trying to break me. They've used occult means and they just can't get in. They've used sort of like a new, like I said, try to get into your energy field and they can't get in. And they have no emotional intelligence to know just how much they revolt me. They have no clue and they don't get it. And at the beginning of this, my family said once they realise just how much contempt you have for them, they'll shit themselves. They didn't say shit themselves, I made that shit themselves up, but once they realise how much contempt you have for them, they'll be really scared. See that? They haven't. They just fucking that little midget on the phone. So things are happening. As there with Billy, the cheeky cunt. Now you're part of the group, Billy. How do you feel? Billy from Asda Customer Services. How do you feel with that entity attachment? Nonsense, bitch. Anyway, yeah. So there's and a little man, fucking old, yeah, with the door. So Billy from Asda, bless you. You fucking got my cackles right up. The little midget cunt that turned my camera around from what's the company called? Something 2000. Yeah, they've pissed me right off. And it's just added. Because a week before, I spotted two nonces, two child rapists. So things that they do, I can see that. And it's not, and that's not included the one I put up on my Twitter account, walking his dog. That's not included in. This oh no, and that's the beginning of my targeting. Like I said, was on about child rape, raping a child and raping an infant. This is not me just sounding off all the. I think there's one nonce. This is their thing. Okay, this is what targeting is. At its core, it's sexual deviance. And I didn't want to go into targeting on this, but just make it clear that yes, having visitors, my family, from another dimension, and they're here. Like I said, I've always made clear as well. They're here not because I'm being targeted. They would have got in touch with me anyway. And my family, see that? My family at the beginning, when they first made themselves known, told the creature bees to stop targeting me, told them. Yes, it was very occult. How they, like I say, they use occult means, the Freemasons, and they were told to stop by my family in a very, they were told an energy out of not from me. They were told to stop talking to me never, and they never stopped talking to me because this situation with Paul Burgess being a rapist, with Sylvia's partner, fucking policeman, and council workers, me, my health conditions sort of made me vulnerable. Number 33, my door number, the where I live, what it's called, love, lie, you can see fucking Lowe and Haley and Jameson wanking himself silly over that, can't you? Excuse my language. But you can actually see them, can't you? You get such a kick out of it. I thought it was such an easy target. Now, next time I'm going to go off now. Anyway, so yeah, even though I'm talking, New Age community, religious people, my friends even, but I only tend to call people cunts in relation to this subject, will tell you to forgive all that. I can say to you with all honesty, my family will be around me um, on earth until the day I die. Even after I die, I'll go back to them. Okay, um, they're not disproving. I don't think they like it, but they're not disproving my attitude towards creature beast. Okay, because it's a fighting attitude. It's warrior attitude. That's my soul. I'm one of them. Okay, so they're not going to abandon me. If they were, I think if I did something awful or turned into one of the creature beasts, I think the ass would abandon me straight away. Because this targeting takes away the human rights, just the very basic human rights of a person, everything. And to feed a nonce, to protect a nonce, to destroy society, that's the whole point of it. And sex being sort of central theme, but not a loving sex, not a good physical contact, but sexual perversion to destroy the person and society. Okay, so I will never turn into one of those creature beasts. So my family will never. They know my heart, and my friends know me. People that know my heart, but people also say I'm a good person. Define good. What I know, I'm loyal, and I'm very warrior spirited. Um, them trying to sort of, yeah, fuck with my friends or fuck with people I know or fuck with family members. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. When I see an entity in front of me, it's not going to fucking try to head fuck me. It's not going to happen. I'll rip the fucking throats out. Metropolitan speaking, of course. They're not meant to be on this earth. Okay? These creatures are not meant to be on this earth. They're not meant to be inflicting their parasitic nature on man or woman or child. And this is the time where we all are going to connect it. We're all going to know our own powers. And they're doing everything best to stop it. It's targeting program is to stop all that happening. Part of that. And it's not just here in Birmingham. I think Birmingham, because the history of sex offences and they're quite a corrupt organisation, police force, I'd say, and council, local council. There's no, like I said previously, there's no council, there's no Labour and Conservative council. It's either you're a creature beast or you're not. And they won't pick anybody who's not like one of those, one of their own. So basically what I'm saying, you don't have to be goody two shoes, new ager. You just have to know it yourself, and then you heart centered. I kept saying heart centered before, and I'll go back to saying heart centered. And how you interact yourself and your home and your own, get my words out, integrity in life and your own book of life. And that and your own integrity links, I think that's a strong link to your clan, to your soul group, to your family. What you would do in your heart, what you won't do when nobody's looking, what you will do when everybody's looking or nobody's looking at all. how you behave, how you think. Crap, I want to get going now. It's been 45 minutes. I was meant to do about 10 or 15 minutes. Anyway, yeah, it's just explaining who I am a bit. I'm not a new ager. I'm not religious. And me doing this is just to, because this is going to happen. This I'm going to have this for, like I say, until the day I die, which is nice to know. Tomorrow I'll go back in. Family will come around tomorrow. And tell me what's going to happen when I die. Who about reincarnation and spirit guides and things like that. Okay, and I will do it from my point of view as well. I'm going to say I, because when I say we, I don't know who I'm talking to, so I'm going to try to sort of make it I based. But I know there's a lot of people. There's more humans watching this than non-humans. Okay, I hope you got that. It's going to flash you. Okay, thank you very much, family. Oh, thank you.